This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will explore key developments shaping the high-end watch market in 2025. The discussion focuses on the increasingly important trade relationship between the United Kingdom and the United States, the role and reception of Rolex's certified pre-owned CPO program, and the evolving performance of specific Rolex models within the secondary market. Amid shifting import policies, pricing corrections, and consumer behavior, this analysis provides a clear and comprehensive view of what is driving demand, pricing, and purchasing decisions in today's luxury timepiece landscape. Subscribe to Luxury World for continued access to curated commentary, investment insight, and expert guidance tailored for collectors and enthusiasts alike. The global nature of the luxury watch market continues to be influenced by geopolitical policy and taxation structures. Despite lingering debate around tariffs introduced under the Trump administration, the UK to US trade route remains remarkably competitive. A standard 10% import duty applies to timepieces imported into the United States from the United Kingdom, a significantly lower rate than the tariffs and fees imposed by many European nations, where premiums can reach as high as 30% on retail transactions. However, the tax implications for buyers vary depending on the retailer structure. Purchases made through UK-based independent dealers operating under the VAT margin scheme are not eligible for VAT refunds, since the scheme calculates tax only on the dealer's profit margin rather than the full selling price. This limits certain benefits for buyers, but does not negate the broader efficiency of transatlantic sourcing. Despite such limitations, the UK remains a strategic hub for secondary market activity. Many British online platforms continue to attract American clients with a combination of rapid order fulfillment, fully insured shipments, and complete customs documentation. Delivery times between the UK and the US typically fall within 2 to 3 working days, making this cross-border channel one of the fastest and most efficient options currently available. Traditionally, the luxury watch sector softens during the summer months, particularly in Europe, where discretionary spending often shifts toward travel and leisure. In 2025, however, July defied expectations. Several UK-based grey market platforms reported record-breaking performance, in sharp contrast to historical trends that typically predict a seasonal slowdown. The unexpected surge in demand can be attributed to the increasing dominance of e-commerce and the grey market's ability to offer inventory depth, immediate availability, and transactional transparency. Buyers have grown increasingly impatient with the rigid structures and opaque operations of authorized dealers, particularly regarding bundle purchases, client profiling, and the elusive nature of the Rolex waitlist. These frustrations have led collectors to seek more efficient alternatives. The gray market, once stigmatized as a last resort, is now considered a mainstream acquisition route for timepieces that were once exclusive to boutique counters. Unworn and even brand new models are now readily available through independent sellers, often with third-party warranties and competitive pricing that bypasses the traditional hurdles associated with AD networks. Rolex's certified pre-owned CPO program was introduced as a structured alternative to the gray market, providing factory-certified watches through authorized dealer networks. The goal was to legitimize pre-owned transactions by offering authenticity guarantees, official servicing, and a brand-backed resale channel. While conceptually sound, the initiative has largely failed to meet market expectations. The central issue is pricing. CPO models are frequently priced well above equivalent pieces on the gray market. In some cases, they are listed higher than brand-new versions sold by independent dealers. This premium, intended to reflect brand assurance, has instead become a barrier for buyers seeking value over prestige. Furthermore, one of the initial assumptions was that CPO purchases would improve one's standing with an authorized dealer. However, the market has shifted. Collectors now know that purchasing a pre-owned Rolex at a premium does not necessarily lead to priority access for future models. With prices falling below retail in many gray market listings, the value proposition of the CPO program continues to erode. Practical examples illustrate this misalignment. One client, having acquired 2 watches via the CPO program, attempted to part exchange within 6 months. The resale evaluation revealed a combined depreciation of more than £10,000. This level of financial loss, tied directly to inflated acquisition costs, has led many collectors to reconsider the viability of the Rolex-backed resale ecosystem. Despite a resilient secondary market overall, not all Rolex models perform equally. Several references in 2025 have shown signs of weakening interest and slower turnover. The Rolex Yacht Master series on Oyster Flex, particularly the 40mm rose gold and 42mm yellow and white gold variants, has failed to gain strong market momentum. Despite their luxurious construction and sleek profiles, these references are now available under retail, typically between £24,000 and £26,000, yet remain slow to move. Their lower profile compared to the Daytona or GMT-Master II contributes to more limited demand. Another model facing softening interest is the Rolex GMT-Master II Sprite, distinguished by its green and black bezel and left-hand crown placement. Initially a sensation due to its novelty and rarity, the Sprite once commanded over £20,000 but now hovers between £13,000 and £15,000. While supply remains constrained, the asymmetric design has not resonated with a broader collector base, many of whom continue to favor more traditional options, such as the Batman or Batgirl. The Rolex Air King also remains a polarizing entry in the professional lineup. Discontinued references in unworn conditions continue to sell near £6,000, but limited appeal stemming from its dial design and aviation aesthetic has capped its growth. Although accessible as an entry-level sports model, it occupies a niche segment of the collector spectrum and continues to face the Marmite effect, either strongly favored or completely overlooked. These models serve as reminders that not all Rolex references benefit from universal appeal. Consumer preferences in 2025 are increasingly influenced by brand heritage, design continuity, and long-term value retention, with speculative or niche references facing growing skepticism. The secondary market trajectory of the Rolex Daytona in 2025 offers insight into how hype-driven valuation is recalibrating. Among the most notable examples is the yellow gold Daytona nicknamed the John Mayer 2.0, characterized by its green dial and champagne subdials. Once commanding nearly £90,000, the watch has seen a gradual correction, now stabilizing around £60,000. While still above its retail price of just over £41,000, the downward trend reflects market resistance to inflated premiums. The turquoise Tiffany Daytona on Oysterflex followed a similar path, debuting at an astounding £110,000 on the gray market. This reference quickly fell into the £80,000 range and continues to decline, with projections suggesting a slide into the £70,000 000s. Though visually unique and backed by strong initial demand, it too has become a victim of shifting sentiment. By contrast, the Daytona Meteorite series on Oysterflex, offered in white, yellow, and rose gold, has emerged as a strong performer. These models currently fetch £75,000 to £80,000, with the white gold variant attracting the most attention due to its rare dial configuration. Yellow gold remains a collector's favorite among traditionalists, while rose gold finds favor with those seeking modern refinement. What distinguishes these models from their overhyped counterparts is their material uniqueness and perceived intrinsic value. As speculative energy recedes, buyers are focusing more on tangible attributes, rare dials, low production runs, and brand-consistent design, rather than novelty or influencer-driven appeal. Dealers, too, are showing restraint, avoiding exaggerated premiums, and pricing based on real-world transaction data. The Rolex market in 2025 defies the collapse narrative often circulated by casual observers. Instead, it presents a picture of resilience, moderation, and transformation. While certain references have softened, gray market valuations remain far above pre-pandemic levels. Models like the Daytona continue to command premiums, albeit more measured, while others, such as the Sprite and Air King, expose the limits of novelty in the absence of collector loyalty. What are your thoughts on the current state of the luxury watch market and the trends discussed in this video? We would love to hear your perspective. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments and give the video a thumbs up if you found it insightful. Do not forget to follow Luxury World for more curated content on fine timepieces and market insights. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you again in our next video.